Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Tiddies, Krunchy, and milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stagecrunchyandmilk.com. That's Krunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stagecrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at Skim, and to that end we provide you a Podcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox 2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP. Oh, you got lyrics?
Go, we gotta do it. Still gotta push record. Alright. Guess who's Bizak? Still smell the crack in my clothes. Don't make me have to relapse on these hoes. Take it back out to taxing them rows. When I was hugging it, niggas couldn't do nothing with it. Straight from the oven with it. Came from the dirt. I emerged from it all without a stain on my shirt. You can blame my old earth for the shit she instilled in me. Still with me. Pain plus work. Shit she made me milk this game for all it's worth. That's right. These niggas can't fuck with me. I'm calling guts every time. Drag my nuts every time, homie. We make a great combination, don't we? Me and the face mob. Every time we face off. Face it, y'all niggas playing basic ball. I'm on the block like I'm 8 feet tall, homie. I'm in the drop with the AC off. That's why the streets embrace me, dog. I'm so cool. Guess who's Bizak? Back on the block with them hoes. Face mob, mag, mittens, and hove. Don't make me relapse. Hello, welcome to it. Stage Krunchy Milk. Episode 408, and we out here, San Jose. I'm joined by my best friends. Let's Tatum 216.
Hello.
Lunchbox 2099.
In the basement.
And my man, the real ODP. We out here, man. Back at this bitch again in Dan's Basement Studios, doing what we do. I rolled over my man Gabriel's intro. My apologies. It was not intentional, sir. Please.
It was vicious and fast. And
I have nothing. I had nothing except, well, my knee hurts.
He is the Vin Diesel of the podcast. That's why T went right past him.
He's family. What are you talking about?
I'm getting too old for this shit.
I am getting too old for this shit.
But you know how we do. We get Dan's Basement, man. We rock how we rock the show. We normally try to keep them a little more loose and fast. Fast and loose. That is how that phrase actually works. But
sounds like a Vin Diesel movie title.
I'm a run you some stories. I'm gonna run you some other shit. We're gonna run through it. It's gonna be great. We're gonna keep it tight. It's gonna be a nice little fucking, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get a great show. We'll chuckle. It's gonna be great. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I'm gonna hit you with some stories. My man Ant sent me this one, and I'm gonna come to y'all with some. I need some shit about. We're gonna one, as you know, we punch up headlines in this motherfucker, and that's the thing we started doing last week, Box. You're welcome to it.
Yeah. It's a new thing.
You were absent from that.
New shit.
But everybody who has spoken about this past week's show to me has mentioned how much they fucking them headlines being punched up, and in general the quality of last week's show seemed to hit.
So how does this work? Do we read through the article and say what we would call it?
Oh no, I'm gonna give you this headline, and I will let Gabe go first, and you can join if you're inclined. You don't have to. A pizzeria in Alabama has offered to literally hire anyone and assign the labor shortage continues to hit restaurants hard.
Pizzeria doesn't want to pay what people are worth, so fuck it.
Local pizza, Alabama pizzeria. Let's go of all normal prejudices in hopes to spread sauce amongst the community.
I like that.
Not only at this pizza shop do we fuck cousin, we hire anybody.
Pizzeria owner so shitty nobody wants to work there is how I punch that particular headline up.
That's some good punch up.
Makes sense.
In an unusual job posting on Facebook, a pizzeria in Alabama has offered to literally hire anyone, a sign of how restaurants are still struggling to attract workers. We will literally hire anyone. Dave's Pizza in the nigga's name was Dave Pizza. Sorry, Dave's Pizza in the Birmingham suburb of Homewood said in Facebook post Wednesday, if you're on unemployment and can't find a job, call us. We'll hire you. Restaurants across Alabama say they're struggling to find workers. At least 3 Chick-fil-A restaurants in the state have had to close their dining rooms for this reason. With one staff saying staff members were exhausted trying to keep up with the demand. Another said far fewer people than normal were applying for jobs, and some applicants weren't showing up to interviews. Dave's Pizza didn't share details about about the roles it's offering. When people commented on the Facebook post asking what the starting pay was, it declined to give details publicly, saying candidates should visit the pizzeria and talk to the manager. Come introduce yourself. If you have a resume, bring it. Let's talk, the pizzeria wrote. Asked to speak to a manager. One commenter said, can you start the conversation by providing what the pay range is? Another comment said, not when they let folks know what you pay up front. They have to come in and be interviewed first. Definitely not the best practice, and maybe part of the reason you're having a hard time hiring anyone. The pizzeria said starting wages varied with experience and education. Dave's Pizza did not immediately respond to a request for comment on how much it paid its workers. Restaurant workers quit the industry despite rising wages. People have been leaving the restaurant industry in droves in search of higher pay, benefits, and more flexibility. Wages are rising. However, the national average wage for non-supervisory staff members in the restaurant industry hit the $15 an hour mark for the first time in May, according to data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics.
Well, I mean, were they not hiring anybody earlier?
Alabama's June unemployment rate was 3.2%, according to Bureau of Labor Statistics data, much lower than the national unemployment average of 5.4. So basically, motherfuckers can get jobs in Alabama, and that pizza spot ain't it. They ain't paying shit, and I wouldn't doubt if their boss is an asshole if there ain't nobody working there. Also, we have to remember, it was a whole goddamn pandemic in this country. Over 600,000 people have died. You might have just lost so many people that could have did the job. They just may not be alive anymore to do the job.
Yeah, it's crazy. First, what's Alabama style pizza like?
It's got white barbecue sauce.
Probably a little bit of roadkill.
Okay.
Wow, we were with all the stereotypes, didn't you?
I've been in Alabama. Wasn't a whole hell of a lot there.
Yeah, it was funny. I was talking to my mom not so long ago, and like her fiance Stan, like his whole circle has just died of COVID.
Wow.
Like pretty much. Like his barber, like a couple of his friends, and it was just like, oh yeah, he died of COVID. I was like, what? It was just like when me and my mother get together, it's always
Quick little jaw jack.
yeah. It was just funny. She was just like, because Stan hadn't had a haircut in a minute, and she was saying like me and my son went through a whole dilemma about getting a haircut, and she was saying like Stan started going to the barber college. I was like, why? He was like, oh yeah, his barber died. I was like, oh shit. He was like, yeah, he died of COVID, but he didn't like. Nobody said that he died of COVID until like afterwards. And my mother found out at the beauty shop.
That's about right.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Do you have to tip at the barber college?
I don't know.
I would.
I think you would just put the whole thing in.
I used to get my haircut at barber college when I was. You motherfucker. I used to get my haircut at barber college in Atlanta because it only cost like $5. And so my mom would let me go over there to get my haircut. But of course, these motherfuckers are just learning, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I bet you we probably should have been tipping them this entire time. It's random that we did not.
I thought the tip was the education that they were receiving from cutting my hair.
Kind of nonsense is that.
I'm cheap. I'm sorry.
You ain't that cheap, my guy.
All right, you're right. No, I'm actually a pretty generous tipper.
Yeah. That joke wrote itself. Thank you for that. This is our next story. My man Dan sent this to the group the other day. I didn't read it because I wanted to hold it for the show. White-tailed deer in Ohio, first in the world to test positive for COVID.
First question I have is, who the fuck's testing deers for COVID?
Yeah, really. We had a limited number of tests.
Hey, that is a decent headline punch-up, but we can do better than that.
All right.
I'm going to repeat it. White-tailed deer in Ohio, first in the world to test positive for COVID?
First white-tailed deer discovered to be a Trump supporter.
Black-tailed deer, first one to test positive for crack.
I'm trying to. I'm fishing around with like Parma resident. Yeah, but I don't know. First no test positive for COVID. Man, that one's tough. That one is tough.
Deer refused to wear a mask.
There we go. Yeah.
I bet there's a tweet, dude. There's always a tweet with these positive
We'll
COVID
see. This
testers.
is by Alexis Oatman over.
Are those mammals?
Yes, they are.
Mammals.
This over.
Maybe something about refuses vaccination or something like that.
This is by Alexis Oatman over at Cleveland.com. Cleveland, Ohio. Wild white-tailed Ohio deer are the first in the world to be found infected with COVID, according to USDA's National Veterinary Services Laboratories.
So somebody was trying to eat them?
These are the first deer confirmed with SARS-CoV-2 virus worldwide. Although earlier studies have shown both that deer can be experimentally infected with the virus and that some wild deer had antibodies to the virus, the USDA said in a news release. Ohio University College of Veterinary Medicine collected samples from deer between January and March 2021. The release said the deer didn't show any clinical symptoms of infection. The college initially completed confirmatory testing on 9 samples, confirming 8 of them, said Andrew Bowman, associate professor of the Department of Veterinary Preventative Medicine. He said while he can't directly pinpoint how the deer got exposed to the virus, it's most likely the deer were exposed through people, the environment, other deer, or other animal species.
They have been hanging out in my backyard.
The samples from the deer tested positive at Ohio State, and the cases were confirmed by the National Veterinary Services Laboratories. The labs worked as reference laboratories providing guidance on diagnostic techniques and offering confirmatory testing on foreign and emerging animal diseases. Bowman says the finding is not surprising because white-tailed deer are more susceptible to the virus. Previous studies have shown that white-tailed deer have the protein receptors that allow the virus to enter susceptible cells, are susceptible when experimentally inoculated, Bowman said. Some wild white-tailed deer have antibodies to the virus.
Huh. That selfish deer went to work anyway, I heard.
What's so crazy is like, since most of us have been in the house, deer have been like more out and more like, no, man, it's my land.
Like you know what I'm saying? We talked about it. It was a video of a deer in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. There really are woods from where that deer was at to get to. You know what I'm saying? It's like that deer had to be just kicking it downtown somewhere.
And then, like, I feel like when I was a kid, I only really saw a deer in, like, the evening, nighttime.
Yeah.
Now, like, I just saw a deer walking across the street yesterday afternoon while I was working. It was, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and they were walking in my neighbor's through the driveway.
I don't know. I mean, it's just a weird dichotomy of what's going on. Like, at first I thought it was like maybe because it's mating season, or I was thinking like maybe some of them were pregnant and looking for extra food. But man, the world is just like on its fucking ear now. So
like a couple weeks ago, I went to my buddy's house. Like, we went to Brown's training camp together. I come home and it was like 10 o'clock at night. There were 3 deer just sitting in my backyard, like kumbaya and like just chilling.
start the fire, Lunch.
Cypher Devon was sitting here.
And then like they looked at me as I pulled in, like, how dare you kill the vibe?
Turn them lights down.
Yeah, I pull in the garage. They didn't fucking move. They didn't run.
It's just damn.
They just looked at me like, oh, he home.
It's again, it is less people out on the road because people are, social distancing and staying at home, not going to work no more. With less people on the road, there's less opportunity for cars to hit them, so their range becomes wider. You know what I'm saying? So they can come out and it's like, hey, what's popping over here? They become like giant fucking raccoons. They just gonna eat your trash and your garbage.
They're leaving little pebble shit piles all over my yard.
Yeah.
But I respect that. I respect they poop in pebbles in small piles as opposed to big old bear turds.
Yeah, but it sucks when it's all over your driveway though.
Yeah, there was
kids are like, it's shit in there.
There was literally a pile of it in the driveway like a month ago.
Like, buddy, like I said, there's some rules to this.
And it's like they're dropping like piles of it. It's not just like 6 pebbles. It's like 600 pebbles in one spot.
Yeah.
They're spitting out like a slot machine.
Malicious.
Brown gold, Texas tea.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry that Ohio deer is hanging around Ohio.
It had to be Ohio, baby.
Maybe this was the plot all along. Like they engineered COVID in a lab, and they knew that the deer population was becoming too abundant, so they had to engineer a disease in order to get us that the deer could carry around into all our yards.
That deer probably thought he got it from 5G.
They knew that the average white man
Get that
has
alkaline
to
up out your
manicure
diet.
his yard, and he won't stand for these deer shits. So then he's going to come in contact with the COVID deer poop, and it's going to infect him.
See.
And then it's
Y'all
gonna-
called it COVID.
And it's going to break down the workforce. So then we're not going to have KFC. So then we're going to just fucking turn on each other and start insurrection. And then that's the collapse of America.
Now, first of all, y'all call us a white-tailed deer. But no, it ain't white. It's just bushy-tailed. I see what y'all trying to do to us.
Trying to blame the Caucasian.
Y'all see we got brown fur. But all y'all want to say is that we got white tails.
Stay woke.
Stay woke.
So this last one, I'm not going to wear. I'm going to ask we not try to punch it up, as it's important. It's kind of important to what this show has been doing since nearly the beginning of the show. Nabisco workers on strike in 5 states over pensions and outsourcing. Union leaders say the makers of Oreos and Rich Crackers is seeking unnecessary contract concessions at a time when snack sales are high. It's by Aaron Gregg over the Washington Post. Nabisco workers are in 5 states are on strike over changes to the work schedules and overtimes being sought by makers of Oreos, Rich Crackers, and Chips Ahoy, and other popular snack foods. The walkout began on August 10th at a biscuit bakery in Portland, Oregon, and has since swelled to about 1,000 workers in Aurora, Colorado, Richmond, Chicago, and as of Monday, a distribution center in Norcross, Georgia. They are represented by the Bakery, Confectionery, Tobacco Workers, and Grain Millers International Union, which earlier this summer was involved in a 19-day strike at a Frito-Lay plant in Kansas. Nabisco Chicago-based parent Mondelez International continues to produce snacks with non-union staff, even though 3 of its 4 U.S. bakeries have been affected by the strike. Unionized workers in all 5 states are governed by a single contract that expired in May. Union leaders say Nabisco tried to squeeze more hours out of its staff while paying less overtime, even as some workers are taking 16-hour shifts to help meet a pandemic-fueled surge in snack food sales. They also are raising concerns over 2 recent factory closures in Georgia and Jersey, which the union says is part of a broader campaign to move low-wage work to Mexico. And they're calling on the company to restore their pensions, which were supplanted by a 401k plan 3 years ago. Workers are telling Nabisco to put an end to outsourcing of jobs to Mexico and get off the ridiculous demand for contract concessions at a time when the company is making record profits, BCTGM President Anthony Shelton said in a statement.
Damn you, Anthony.
Mondelez contends it has negotiated in good faith, but its offers were turned down by the union, according to a company statement. Officials were moving some workers off their traditional 9-to-5 work schedule, which it says is no longer sufficient given the abnormally high demand for its cookies, crackers, and other snack items. It wants to shift some personnel to a 12-hour workday. Our goal has been, and continues to be, to bargain in good faith with the BCTGM leadership across our U.S. bakeries and sales distribution facilities to reach new contracts and continue to provide our employees with good wages and competitive benefits, including quality, affordable health care, and company-sponsored enhanced thrift investment 401k plans, which are also taking steps to modernize some contract aspects which were written several decades ago, the company said in a statement. Mondelez denies any jobs went to Mexico as a result of its recent factory closures. It's considering adding several new U.S. projects, including a possible expansion in Richmond and Portland, as well as the possibility of repairing a Ritz sandwich cracker line in Chicago. Why have you not repaired it?
Bring back the peanut butter
Forgive
Ritz
me.
sandwiches.
Repatriating a Ritz sandwich cracker line in Chicago, according to informational
there we
materials. We, as a company, are committed to the U.S. and to the U.S. manufacturing, said Lori Guzanati, a company spokesman. The strike comes at a time when businesses across the country are experiencing a protracted labor shortage, strengthening the hand of employed workers. It also coincides with spiking commodity prices that have padded the coffers of snack makers like Nabisco, which reported a 12% gain in revenue in its most recent quarter. At the same time, high demand is causing companies like Mondelez to retool their production process. But many factory workers say that they're being squeezed in the push for profits. Union workers at a large snack makers have sought to limit work hours. Workers at the Topeka Frito-Lay plant recently ended a 19-day strike that was driven by concerns over forced overtime and 84-hour work weeks. Donald Woods, president of the National Local Nabisco Union in Chicago, says the strike is being led by longtime workers there, including some whose parents or grandparents work for Nabisco at the Nabisco Bakery in suburban Chicago, who are fed up with years of cost-cutting being carried out by a profitable multinational corporation. The concerns bubbled over after the company sought financial concessions from an overworked, undercompensated workforce, he said. Our position is we're understaffed, Woods said. The company wants to save every dime they can, and it's just taking everything out of the workers. You've got the CEO who's making $16 or $17 million a year in salary, but you won't pay into the pension fund. Chairman and CEO Dirk Van de Put has had a total compensation of $16.8 million last year, according to corporate disclosures analyzed by the Economic Research Institute. Mondelez closed at $61.87, down 0.6% on Wednesday, giving it market valuation of $86.5 billion. We eat Oreos on the show. You know that. Probably since like the third episode when we tried watermelon Oreos. And we stand with unions in this house. It's just what it is. And so there are new Oreos out there. Brand new apple cider donut Oreos are out there waiting on the shelf somewhere that we would normally have gotten and just made it happen by now. But I can't be basically being seen as advertising or showing love to fucking Nabisco when they are not trying to do right by their employees. So until Nabisco does right by their employees, we don't fucking Nabisco. My partner reached for a pack of Oreos today while we was at Mark's, and I had like put them shits down. We don't fuck with them, and she was like, "Oh yeah." I'm like, we do, because it's just what it is, man.
Horatio's rolling over in his grave right now.
Because
I didn't know he's
because
dead.
because Oreo's been around for a long time.
It's true.
It's just
Could this be Hydrox's time to shine?
It could be.
I just saw Felicia Day posted yesterday on Twitter. Where can I buy Hydrox at? They're so good. Now we know that's a lie because we've had Hydrox in this house and they're not good.
They hate milk.
But yeah, they are not Milk's favorite cookie. They must be like T's favorite cookie or some shit. They need some heat or something. But yeah, until they get right, I can't fuck with them. I can't support them. I won't be buying their product because they are trying to not fucking take care of their employees. As a guy who knows what it is to have your pension switched over to a 401k.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that shit. I don't. It's something I've had to live through, but I ain't cool with it. So for the time being, I know y'all be like, yeah, I know these motherfuckers gonna be mailing me pictures of Oreos. How about y'all hitting these bitches up? Until they come to some terms with their union, and their union says those terms are fair, we don't fuck with them right now. And I'm not copping nothing to Nabisco. Frito-Lay just got under the fucking gun. I'm telling you right now, because that ain't not been right. We wouldn't have been eating no Frito-Lay product on this last this last episode of Retry we did. Because I respect unions and what unions do for their employees, and I see these companies right now just fucking this world over, and it's upsetting, and. So if you're wondering why we ain't reviewing these cookies, you know what I'm saying, that we have never missed on, have not missed one in since we've been doing this, since we've been reviewing them.
Went out of our way to, well, not us, but T went out of his way to get us certain Oreos and order certain Oreos and get foreign Oreos. Not missed anything.
Yeah. We cannot support that shit. We cannot support employees being shit upon and being forced 84-hour work weeks. 84 hours.
That's a bunch of bullshit.
Every now and again, I'll pull off a 50-hour work week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I did 50 this week.
Yeah, and I'll be like, man, I felt that. I got in 45 this week and was not happy about it, but I did end up getting 45 in.
I had 51 last week, 49 the week before that, 46 the week before that, and just, like, I don't do manual labor.
Yeah. Yeah, these are bakers. You know what I'm saying? These are people out here feeding your family. The people who are feeding your family. And I got to tell you right now, if anybody deserves a fair compensation package and the possibility to retire one day happily, it's the people who have fed my family and your family too. So for right now, we will not fuck with Nabisco and Mondelez Inc. That means I don't fuck with Swedish Fish right now because Mondelez make them hoes. I don't fuck with Oreos. I cannot support a company that makes so much money, that pays their CEO so much money, and then it's like, nah, but fuck those guys.
It's going to be wild when you start hearing stories about 14 and 15-year-olds with 401ks.
Bruh, that has been the thing we've been seeing pop up as of recently. Where these fast food restaurants have signs up saying, now hiring 14, we will hire 14 and 15-year-olds because they can't find anybody to work their shifts either. So basically, they're just trying to I mean, what are you trying to say? 14 and 50-year-olds in almost all situations should be in school.
Yeah.
So basically, you're basically saying I won't dropouts.
By law, they can't work it past a certain hour on a school night either.
And can only work, I believe, something like 10 to 20 hours a week or something like that.
Wow.
So it's like, you're bullshitting. In this country, the system of capitalism in general, not just in America, but the system of capitalism in general across this world is going to have to get its shit together when it comes to fucking labor and labor rights. You cannot keep fucking you can't keep fucking labor over with an expectation that it'll all work out for you. Now, I'm saying these motherfuckers got governments on their side and so forth and so on, so who knows what will happen. But for right now, a lot of people are just like, nah, I won't. And I'm okay with those who are saying right now, I won't. And look at you fucking hiring scabs to try to do the job. It's like, that's another reason. You wouldn't want this product right now anyway, because they hiring fucking just scabs to come and fucking make that shit. Not the proper bakers who have been doing this shit for years and know how to do this fucking work. Your shit gonna be trash anyway until these union guys get back in here and are back doing the job as it needs to be done. Don't play yourself and eat that fuck shit, that fuckery. That's how you do your part to support union workers and the American worker, for those who give a fuck about the American worker. And that's just me getting a little real. I know.
Is it wrong of me to assume that the machine does most of the baking?
It is, bro. That's the thing. That's some shit.
I've never seen like one of those Food Network shows on like how they make Ritz crackers or some shit. So like, I just assumed it was like poured a bag of ingredients in the mixer and then the machine like does shit. Like, I'm not trying to belittle their jobs.
No doubt. What I'm saying is, what has happened over the years is we have been fed this line of bullshit about machinery and so much and how it does so much. There is so much in this world. Almost all of it is still manufactured by hand because it has to be, because machines can't do the fine work that people do. You know what I'm saying? They can't box up things like people do. That's why you see when people are loading up the boxes to go off the line, it's still people loading those boxes up to get them off the line because machines can't do it. They can't do it gently enough. They can't do it with enough, whatever panache, I guess, whatever's necessary to get those things, whatever's necessary to get things. But you've been convinced because they keep feeding you that line that like, yeah, machines do all this. Like, no, machines don't, because machines just aren't built that way yet, and machine learning doesn't work that way yet. So yes, we use industrial ovens and industrial mixers, but you still need somebody who can get in there and mix that shit industrially, who can add the ingredients and so forth and so on. And like I said, don't sleep on that, man. Don't let motherfuckers who feed you this line of bullshit like that. Oh yeah, the robots are doing it. They're simply not. It is people who have to come up and put shit in by hand in almost every aspect of everything you own. Your phones, your shoes, your shirts, all that shit is done by hand.
This is why Willy Wonka enslaved those Oompa Loompas.
Exactly. But you don't know what that car rack is unless you was paying for it. Man, I'm sorry, I'm vexed. That shit had me very upset because, like I said, I fuck with Oreos hard. You know that. Again, we just went over that. And I hate that I cannot. I hate that they are coming from a company that cannot support its workers.
Get his shit together.
That's straight. Mondelez International, get your shit together. And that's on my word. Yo, did I send y'all that fucking TikTok of the dude who was like a fake reporter? And he sent him a comment and said,
"Yeah,
I just want my fucking cookies, man."
That's probably one of the last TikToks I watched because like I haven't been on TikTok in like 4 or 5 days. Or so.
I actually have been giving myself some nice, because it happens. What happens is I get on TikTok and I'm on TikTok for an hour.
Yeah.
And so I've been trying to make sure I don't get on TikTok and give myself some wide TikTok breaks.
I've just been like busy the last couple days for the most part, so I haven't really had like 45 minutes of TikTok time. So like I was on there for a minute the other day, and I think I had 44 messages from like
the combination of us.
yeah.
So
Well, yeah, I've been trying to, since the boys have been back in school, I've been trying to focus more on work.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been working. I've been like saying, I'm going to do this much work and I'm going to go take a nap.
I hear you. How is it with the boys in school? How is that process getting them back to school? What's the school's rules about face masks and so forth?
They mask 100% in school. But Anthony's teacher like give them a mask break, and I was like, don't your ass take no mask break.
Yeah.
Emory's class, they have like desks with shields too.
Okay.
Because they're smaller and be nosing it up and shit.
Yeah.
So, but they're the whole like 100% staff and students are supposed to wear masks.
Good. Yeah.
But it was funny, like before bed one night, Emory was like, "Are we gonna? Am I going to school tomorrow?" I was like, "Yeah, you going to school tomorrow." Then he came home. He's like, "Man, that was boring." And like his teacher was telling us the other day that it was nap time because he's in pre-K. He's like, "This is boring. I don't like this music, and I don't want to lay on a cot." She's like, "You just got to lay there," and he just, "Oh, okay."
Get my cot. No, we used to just get a pillow.
Oh yeah, he got he gets a cot, and
what's the saying? 2 hots on a cot.
Yeah, that's a life I hope my son never has to live.
I just hope he gets plenty of compliments.
He
Callback you have to pay for.
He's doing well. He has a rival already in class named Aiden. He was like, I forgot what he said. Aiden said to him, but he ain't like that shit. I'm just glad he didn't hit him because Emory will hit somebody.
Hand out the fade.
Yeah. But he's doing good. They're keeping him busy. And my other son, like, he's so, oh my God, he's so socially awkward. It seems like to me to a certain extent because like once he get to school, he'll like, "Oh, okay, see ya." That's it. He don't want to talk to me no more. He's like, "All right." And he goes off into school. I'm like, "Hey, bye. All right, see ya."
I am the father of high schoolers. My son is a senior. My youngest child is a freshman. And my son drives them to school. And it has been, and they're both in marching band, which means they have some days that are wild early. And it is a task just to get all right, Dad, I'm out, or I love you, and so forth and so on. And I'm just like, "Oh, good job, so-and-so."
Well, I'm glad they getting to school on time together, though.
And I am. I just would like a bye before they left, because, you know what I'm saying, I done drove your ass to school your whole fucking life. You can't just say bye to me. You've been saying, "Your old man a peace out" or some shit, my guy. It's been malicious, but that has been it's been interesting to see this, to walk this walk. Like I said, it's been I have not well, let's see, I hugged Xander on his first day of school, and then I started crying because it just hit me. There was the last of it was the first of the last. There was his
It's the final countdown.
It was his last first, and it punched me square in my shit. And so
Yeah, I thought I was gonna be a little bit more emotional with Emory's first day of school.
Yeah.
It was just like he went in. Like I kind of feel like with him it's a little easier because of course I've been through it before, and like he has the exact same teacher Anthony had.
Yeah.
So I guess I felt. I mean, it was emotional a little bit, but it wasn't scary or
It was
nothing
familiar.
like that. It was a little bit more familiar.
Yeah.
Because he already her name used to be one thing, so he knew her that name. Now she has a new last name because she's getting married, I think tomorrow or something like that.
Yeah.
But
On a Sunday?
I don't know what time it is. But,
Is that frowned upon?
No, it's not typical to get married on a Sunday.
All I know is she getting married soon.
Friday-
I'm literally
Saturdays.
going to a wedding on a Monday here in a couple of weeks.
That's even odder.
Yeah, I had to take a day off from work for that shit. Not happy about it.
No, she
You going
getting
next
married.
week? You going next week?
Yeah.
All right, cool. What I'm next week, we kick it together, so I'm straight. Oh, thank God.
Be forewarned, though. I'm looking to dip out there at the first opportunity.
I know you Irish on my ass, but that's cool. It's cool. That's all right.
I mean, we'll stick it out together as long as we can, but, like, at some point, we get the fuck out of there.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you probably need to cut that. Isn't that person an avid listener?
No,
Oh, I
mean,
assumed that was getting cut.
No, well, one, I don't need to get it. They understand what it is. That is the best part of friendship. They understand. Plus, I'll tell a story of why I need to dip out. I was discussing with a former coworker of ours, Angie, about going to Canada, and she'd asked had I gone yet, because we know the borders are back open, and I was like, no, I ain't gone yet, and then I was and I just kind of wrote it off, and I was listening to some podcast and they was talking about Canada, and I was like,
You miss it?
I'm going. I'm like, fuck it, I'm going. I'm just doing it. And so I researched it hard and studied it hard, and I came to terms with everything that needs to be done to go and cross the border. Also saw a story of how wildly easy it is apparently to get across the border because nobody's doing all the effort because it takes effort. And that effort is must be fully vaccinated with both vaccines or the single Johnson & Johnson one. Proof of vaccination. Check. Passport, of course, check. License, of course, check. You have to 72 hours before you get there be tested and have proof of said test and it being negative. And that is where my challenge lies. So I was like, what the fuck? How do you get COVID tested? Because you hear about in Cali all the time. You can just go and get your ass tested.
Don't
anywhere.
they sell like the personal test at like Walgreens or some shit?
They don't want you using that test. That's an antigen test. And they don't want that test. They want a specific test, which is called a PCR test. And so I, again, talking to Angie.
That the one where they stick the swab up your nose and shit? Oh.
So I was talking to Angie, and Angie was saying that she was just going to go to Quest Diagnostic. So I called Quest Diagnostic. One, they don't really have a good phone system. There's also something I've noticed a lot lately in this customer service realm. People are just like, go to our website and read about it. And like, bruh, this is a situation where I need
A person.
I need guidance. I need direction. And that website is not going to give it to me. And so I was like, fuck Quest Diagnostic. And I was like, well, CVS. And CVS ends up saying the same thing. Go to our website. Go read about it. I'm like, bruh, I need to know, one, do you do the appropriate test? Will I have my results within those 72 hours? Because I have to have them. It's required. And also what type of test you do. This is the information I need, these bit by bits of information. And they're not providing it. So what I did was call my doctor's office. And I said, hey, here's what's going on. I want to know, is that something I could just come in there to see you guys and get done? And so, I don't think we do that, but what are you talking about? And so forth. We'll call you back. And I'm like, you motherfuckers. But about an hour later, I get a call from my doctor's office, which it was crazy because it was after 5, so I really didn't expect them to be calling me at that point. And like, okay, you can just go into my chart and make your appointment. I'm like, what? I'm like, hold on, let me talk to you right quick, just so I can understand. What I'm saying to you is, I want to travel to Canada. I need a test, and I need results within this period of time. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, you're fine. Yeah, just go make your appointment in my chart. You should probably do it on this day because your results should be available within 24 to 48 hours, and they'll just come to my chart. And I was like,
my initial reaction to what you're saying sounds like some slide me a 20 and I'll give you some results type of shit.
Well, so my concern was that they would want paper results. You know what I'm saying? Something me to actually hand to them. But no, they said digital results are accepted. So to go into Canada, again, we've going over this. One last step is you have to have an app on your phone called Arrive Canada, and in there you have to have uploaded all this information, updated all your information to say, I'm coming. This is the port I'm coming through. This is the day I'm coming. I have taken my tests, so forth and so on. Yeah, I'm coming. We all coming all over the place, Canada. It's the best shit.
But it was I'm coming into this port. This is where I want to come in. I want this hole right here.
And
Right on your face.
And you can't even put the information in until basically the day before you travel. Like I said, they're like, look, you ain't coming right now. Then don't bother.
Hold it. Apple pie, baseball.
Don't think apple pie. It's just it becomes American pie, and he's just like, oh God, I couldn't hold it no more. So
Just tell your mother we ate the pie.
I'm trying to. If all works well, I'm heading up to T-Dot on Sunday the 5th for a celebration of my birthday, which is Tuesday the 7th, and I'll be there until my birthday, and then I'll swing it back around. Box, you know what this means. So I got you. Don't you worry.
Fucking right, Daddy.
And I get to go back to Canada, which is just something I've missed so fucking much, and I'm very excited to do it. But also, I'm excited to go do this because, as always, it always ends up being me laying the groundwork, doing an initial run to a place, because I want to go again in March. I got tickets to go see Tyler, and me and Xander are supposed to go up to Canada. So I can get a run done right now, kind of figure it out, see how it works, and be like, okay, this is how that works. This is where I fucked up at, because I'm going to fuck up something, because they be shitty at the border. They do. And hopefully everything's cool, and I just successfully go out and go hang out in Toronto. Got an Airbnb up there for a great price. Great price. Very happy with the price I paid for that Airbnb. So I was like, yes, that'll do, pig. So
do you have to do anything on the way back, or do you just come home and they're like, you're American, come in?
That's exactly what it is.
Great.
Oh, yeah, just come on back, man. We missed you. And let me, again, I will state to you. Now, it's been some time since I got to cross the border. Who knows? Everything might be different now. But coming home was always super nice. It's always very nice people at the border. How's it going? What'd you do up there? How was it? And it's always just a good conversation and good chop it up. And it's like literally almost every time they do say welcome home.
Shit, the one last, actually, I think maybe the last time I went up there, I talked to the border guy, because we were coming back at night. It was like 11 o'clock at night. We were coming back over. We spent 4 minutes talking to the border guy about Kit Kats.
Yep. Yeah. Every time.
How many boxes of shreddies you gonna get?
The hope is a dozen.
Oh wow!
I would hope that'll get me from here, and I probably actually don't need that many, but probably a dozen, and that'll get me from here till March when I go back up there. That's the goal. As many Kit Kats I think I can rustle back from my inbox here, of course, because you know he fuck with the Canadian Kit Kat, and I love him. So plus it's near his birthday. I can just put them all in a wrap it up and put a bow on them bitches. Happy birthday, nigga!
I'm gonna cry. I feel loved.
We just literally are gonna go up and kick it again. It's my birthday. We're gonna go up. I'm gonna go to the video game shop and go to the record shop. Vanessa wants to go to Lush while we're up there. I want to go to Sweet Jesus. I love that spot.
What's the difference between American Lush and Canadian Lush?
Lush was founded in Toronto, so she actually it's fun. She actually gets to go to like basically the store.
I used to like going in there until this whole COVID thing, because like they got those slivers of soap they want you to wash your hands with in there. I'm like, I don't want to wash my hand with slivers of soap.
I went into one in Orlando, and it was overwhelming.
Yeah,
there were so many things.
I have not been in the Lush probably since Christmas of 2018, and at this point,
you ain't going.
Yeah,
Is that where
I'll go because I'll be there, but
we got the bath bomb that I used, right? That Vanessa got me when we were up in. Okay.
Yeah. So
my only experience with bath bombs.
That tub was nice, man.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, honestly, it was yesterday. I was up in my bathroom pooping, and I look over my bathtub, and I went, "You're not big enough. Yeah. You're too low to the ground. You're not wide enough. Like, I need a big man approved tub."
Yeah.
I need a tub that'll treat me right.
Treating right and then coming is just abundant here. But
yeah, you gotta pick a lane. Like, do you want to come or you want to be treated right? You can't have both.
Yeah, we're supposed to be moving, and like I don't know if we're gonna do another because revamp this house, but I'm gonna make sure because last time straight up cried. She was upset because we had bought a tub and it wasn't what she thought it was going to be. She wants like a deep soaker. I'm going to make sure it happened this time. Yeah. It got to be at least like that tall.
Yeah.
I'm kind of low to the ground right now.
I mean, I realize that seems so weird. I wish you could have seen the tub that was in that apartment in Toronto.
It was big. Probably the biggest tub I've ever been in.
Yeah, it's amazing. And I was just like, this is fantastic.
Like, I'm a big dude, so like most tubs when I get in, I don't got like movement room. This I could do like circles.
Nice.
Like there was plenty of room for activity.
In that tub picture, right?
Yeah, we'll get like a big tub, but just won't have jets in it.
Yeah.
Man, the house I'm staying in Kansas City in a couple weeks has a tub with jets in it. Did I show you guys the pictures of the place? All right, I know since we can't show the pictures on the podcast, I'll show you guys when we're done.
It might be cover art with a crazy face next to it.
It's got like the nicest fucking porch that I've ever seen in the pictures, at least. Yeah. Like it's got like a great view and everything. Like whoever did the pictures of the outside of the place did an amazing job. It's got a recording studio in it.
And jokes
snares.
and jokes.
Yeah. Spaghetti. That's something that, and I was just talking to Gabe about it. So Gabe is if all works out well, Gabe will hit the road here officially in November.
Right.
And that means Gabe will always be remote when he records. Now, luckily, this here recording setup we have has the option of me plugging in a phone, and
Like a phone jack?
yeah, you can basically I can plug
Like
a phone
just call in on a cell?
well, no. So what it would end up being probably is I'll have you Skype or some other service that I can use on my phone and we just plug you in and have you just on mic with us. But an idea Vanessa presents me, and I was like, that makes perfect sense. And this is talking about show business with you, our listeners, is that Gabe basically reports in from the road.
Yes.
For time on the times, which could be many, could be few, where he can't just join us on the show. Well, okay, for that week, look, man, we gonna be in this part of the world, and they service is kind of shit. But I'm just gonna record you a little something from the road, I'll send it in, and we'll have a report from the road with Gabe. And I thought that was I thought that was a genius idea, but also I thought that'd be a real nice addition to the show.
Be like our Geraldo.
Yeah.
Nah, you know what I'm saying? Because Geraldo's racist, so I'd like you to be anything but Geraldo.
That's why I said our Geraldo.
What
That
about-
doesn't mean he's a fucking saint?
What about Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo?
the Bizarro Geraldo?
So what we need is a name for this particular segment, and I'm gonna give it out
Around
to
the
you.
globe with Gabe.
Nah, man, I'm gonna get it out to you, the listeners.
Oh, don't steal that.
Come through.
Yeah, that's a good one, though.
Come through with a name suggestion. Hit us at the email podcast@stacecrunchyandmilk.com. And best one, go get a little gift situation popping. I'll send you something. You know what I'm saying? Probably a little shirt from the shop, and
I want to
who
know
knows what else.
who was wearing that T-shirt in the wild that we heard about.
Same. I truly would. We had a wild T-shirts sighting, and my children were at home, and Aunt was at home, and I was at home, so it couldn't have been any of us in the local game. So somebody was wearing my T-shirt in the wild.
Maybe
and,
Clark Kent.
God, who knows?
I hope it was DJ Clark Kent one time.
So whoever you are that you was rocking our shirt locally around the downtown Lakewood area is where I assume this person saw them. Holler at your boys. Again, podcast, stacecrunchyandmilk.com.
And
It's-
it's appreciated.
It's funny. Like, I remember we were downtown a couple years ago, and I seen a homeless man with some Balenciaga shoes on. I was like, either somebody, I don't know where he got these from, but I hope whoever was wearing ours, I'm not hating on the unhoused population, but I hope it was a listener, not just a unhoused gentleman.
I mean, he would have had to order that shit. There ain't like there's enough shirts out there on the streets. You know what I'm
Like,
saying?
here, Uncle, take this shit. I don't
Like someone bought it, and then like we did an episode that they were really mad at, and they just threw it out.
They
the
was
window or
talking
something.
about they were with Louis C.K. again. Come on, man.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I could see that being the reason too.
We went over this.
He went again. Didn't he learn the first time?
Jesus Christ. I guess speaking of comedians, man, in the meantime, in between time, Aunt, you got to go see Roy Wood Jr. here in Cleveland. How was
yeah.
that experience?
It was fine, thank you.
I saw him making jokes on Twitter about
The airport?
getting greeted at the airport by like
By the
video from
mayor.
Yeah, it was. I seen that joke. It was a good time. Like
How was this in general, the entire comedy club experience? You know what I'm saying? I know
Well-
you had just recently seen Nicole Byer.
yeah. I mean, that was a couple months ago now. But luckily, when I seen I think her being there was like the grand opening of that club, like having comedians there.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Like it was probably like 1 or 2 people before there, but she was like, because I think her tickets were like 50 or 60, and like I paid 50 for both our tickets for Roy.
Oh wow.
Which I thought he was funnier than her, but you know that's
because you know Nicole's work already. You basically we're ahead of time on
I listen to almost everything he does too.
Oh, okay.
Like it's funny, like when you see it, especially like in these days and times, listening to podcasts, like I know everything. How come you don't know me, bro? I know you already. I know about you and your son and your adventures.
That parasocial relationship. It's very interesting.
But bar none, like I've seen tons of people. The closest seats I've ever had for anything.
Nice.
Like Lunch is further away from me than he was.
Wow.
Damn. I think every time I've ever been there, like I've been in the back.
Yeah, so like T was saying, like I got the night of the Nicole Byer, and like they got the little thing, you know, like guess who's coming up in the next couple months.
Yeah, they have a sandwich board out front of hilarity.
No, it was a little thing on the table
too.
Okay, cool.
It was the thing on the table. I bought the tickets while I was waiting on her to before she had got on stage.
You have Roy Wood.
I have bought those tickets. I think, like I said, they were only $50 for the pack of 2.
Yeah.
So like I was at table 2.
Yeah.
So
What kind of comedian is Roy Wood when he's doing? Is he a crowd work guy? Is he like I have specific bits, we're gonna do these?
he's a bit, and then like he'll be like, you know what I'm talking about, my man. But like of course like everybody talks to people, especially like it was these 2 ladies that were right up front, and they had like a lot of wings, and everybody mentioned those wings the whole night. The first guy was like, damn, that's a lot of wings. And then the person was like, man, y'all still got a lot of wings left. Then of course the word was like, oh man, what are all them wings over there? So it was first it was interesting to, because he's very political.
Yeah.
So it was interesting. It's always interesting when like you know, you don't know how, especially in these days and times where it's like a lot of bad shit don't happen. Like everybody talks about January 6th in different ways, and that was interesting the way he mentioned it. It was funny. The opener, not the MC, was talking about how Bill Cosby could have picked any profession to have on his show. He could have been an orthodontist. He could have been this. It's like, but that motherfucker picked
Pussy doctor.
Yeah, he picked being a OBGYN. Like he was saying like how every serial killer in this particular situation, a serial rapist, let people know that he was a serial rapist before he even did it, because he picked somebody who looks at VJJs all day long.
Man, Bill Cosby's a trash fucking human being.
He really is.
Well, that's where the doctorate came in.
He's a doctor at being a terrible person.
Fucking right, I'm a doctor.
Yeah. Long ones too.
It's a salve.
Yeah.
Rub it into the skin.
Yeah, but it was interesting to like to think about it. Like, is that gonna be is the last time I go off for a while, or because it was funny, like you know, me and my partner were the only people wearing masks in there, and like thinking like what should we do? Should we be wearing masks? Or it's always like I don't know, like we had to take our kids to get their feet measured today at the mall. We were at South Park Mall.
Did you put them in the little like metal contraption thing?
Yeah, the dude did
The
it.
Brannick foot measuring device.
And it was crazy. Like they were measuring my youngest son's foot, and it was like, he's at this, and I was like, push your foot back, boy. it was like a whole nother size, but we got it done. Unfortunately, didn't find shoes there. I had to sit at a table at the mall and order some shoes while while we were. I don't know, getting some borrows.
You have to get your kids sneaker app accounts.
They only have like shoes for their size every once in a while.
Shit, they don't even need to be their size. We just need victories, man.
Yeah, I can
fucking desert over here.
just get some victories, and then they can buy some different shoes.
Every time like someone I follow on Instagram puts up that like you got them picture, I don't fucking believe them.
I mean, it doesn't happen a lot. I know Brian
Got some plays today.
won some today,
And Pete got some day before yesterday, I think.
Yeah, he got some pretty exclusive shoes.
Yeah, I need you to teach me about shoes because like I go on there and like I don't know what I'm looking at most of the time. And then like the shit I was talking about earlier, like I would like your expertise would be very helpful in that regard.
Anytime you want to know, I'll tell you all about it. I won a pair of off-white Dunks from there, but the thing is, so it's kind of a racket a little bit if you think about it. But like, all this shit is a racket. But so they pick a couple people every day. I think for this month only of August at 12 o'clock, they'll pick people to win these shoes, and there's 50 different colorways. You don't know what colorway you getting. You don't know. I mean, of course, you know what size you're getting because you're getting your size. Mm-hmm. But like, and you don't really win anything. Like, you pay a price for a shoe. You don't know what you're getting. All you know, like the value is. I mean, it's definitely like a blind box win, mm-hmm. And it's like It's kind of maddening at one point. It's like, I can't win what I actually want to win, but you can say, oh, you can have these, though. And then, on top of that, when you got them, like, the box price says $150, but they want you to pay $180 for them. I'm like, I kind of feel like what they did was, like, we got way too many colorways in this shoe. How about we just scrap this and we just going to do this? But it's very interesting how sneakers are now. You really can't get what you want anymore. You only get what you can get.
It's interesting to me. Like, obviously, shoes have always been like popular to some degree.
Yeah.
But I feel like the last couple of years, the popularity of shoes has really like blown up even more.
Yes.
And it's interesting for me because like I was started thinking about trends this morning because in my closet upstairs in my bedroom, I've got a lot of new era caps, like mm-hmm. Venom new era caps, like Marvel Venom. And I went on eBay because, like, those shits a couple years ago were, like, hot. And when I went on there, there was, like, hardly any listed. And they, like, didn't really have any value. Like, they were, like, normal hat price, you know? There wasn't, like, oh, this retired Venom New Era cap from 2014 is, like, $200. Like, I was expecting that, you know? And I even have that, like, limited edition Rocket Raccoon one with like the fuzz and everything, and like a couple years ago that shit was like $300 on there, and when I went on there today they were like selling for like $70. So it seems like the cap craze has kind of like subsided to some degree.
Well, I think you can blame COVID for everything, but like the fact that like most people, like, you're not really wearing a hat inside of the house. Mm-hmm. It's crazy like that. You know. Shoes have really, I mean, I guess a majority of people still have to, who still have to go outside, still are buying shoes and stuff like that. Because I seen a guy working at Champs at the mall wearing a pair of off-white Dunks today. Like, but why would you do that?
Is like the new era cap like too common now? In a way, and I don't mean that in a bad way, where like people, you know, don't like everyone's wearing them. But I meant like before, like. That Rocket Raccoon hat, that was like a limited edition. Only so many people could get them.
I kind of feel...
It's like 1/3 the value now. Like, is it kind of like the market's oversaturated with hats, so like that like collectability isn't there anymore?
I think the market has changed. Like, everybody, like, some people are wearing dad hats. Mm-hmm. Some people are wearing...
the trucker hat really
the trucker hat is back now. And, like, fitted hats have, like, are go up and down. It's like, you know... It's just the way the market is. Like, it feels like a or snapbacks. A lot of people want to wear snapbacks.
I was just literally about to say that I think I've entered the stage of my life where I'm ready to accept snapbacks in my life.
I'm a fitted man. I remain a fitted man.
The problem with the fitted man is my head size fluctuates too much for me to be able to rock fitteds. I need the adjustability.
Yeah, I don't wear the fitted hats. but I wear the dad strap hats because
Is that like the belt buckle type ones?
yeah, the old school strap.
Yeah.
Because my hair does get long and poofy and stuff, and I need the fluctuation.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend wears my hats too, so like half of like I'll just see like a stack of hats in the room. I know that she probably was going to the store trying on different.
I'm probably like 2 years away from switching to like Velcro shoes too. Like I already do like the clasps, like the running clasps on my shit, like the laces that lock.
hats. Yeah.
I mean, Velcro's the next logical step, right?
I mean, I think Monarchs do come in like no, that's not the
I
Monarchs.
saw
it's
some crisp New Balances the other day.
the New Balances with the straps on for older guys. I mean, I think that's something. I remember. I'm getting to that age now, but I remember talking to my friends like, when I'm not wearing like sneakers and stuff no more, what shoes will I pick? I was like, I'm just gonna wear shell toes all the time.
Nice.
But
I let Gabriel's oldest boy wear my hat last week at the football game, and
he loves it.
He was just in love with a proper hat. He was standing in his b-boy stance because he knew what to do, and I loved every bit of it.
I just feel like there's like a lot of like commitment with a fitted that I'm just not down for anymore.
7 5/8. If you ever wonder how
That's the problem. Like I've been 7.5 before. I've been 7 3/4. Then I go back down to 7.5.
So
then I go up to 8, and then it's just like I can't. That's too much fucking range for me to be buying fitted.
especially at that price point.
Yeah.
It's why I stick with the 5/8. I figure it's the space I need. It has worked out well for me. It sits where I want it to sit, and I ride it. I got a hat coming from this company called They make basically they custom make hats, and like they sell them for like basically like a couple of weeks, and then it's like, all right, these will be out. The hat I order is like a Swedish fish. It just look cool. Which actually my chocolatier recommended to me because she knows I buy Swedish fish on Swedish Day. It's a thing. And her husband saw it and said, "You got to tell the guy who buys Swedish fish about this hat." And she did. Then I copped that hat. And so, but I know it doesn't get to me. It won't get to me until October if it ships right. And it's still
Ain't that around Swedish Day?
No, I don't know. We don't celebrate Swedish Day. We celebrate Swedish Day. Which
Is it a Swedish Day?
Yes, June 6th.
Oh shit.
And so that's a joke that me and my partner have that we share with our chocolatier. And I was like, yo, I explained it to her, and I was like, what I want you to do for me is chocolate dip me some Swedish fish. And she did, and it's just something I've been doing ever since. And she knows that, and she likes me, and she likes my partner, and so it's always funny. And like I said, when her husband saw that hat, probably just getting advertised on Instagram, he told her, and she told me, and I was like, oh, your husband is absolutely correct. That is a hat I should order. So it's like the Click, I think is the name of the company. And like I said, you'll see them pop in your shit. You'll see it. It's like, is that a logo? But it's not really a logo. They just stylize things to make them look like logos. And they make these hats. The Click Room, I think is what it's called, Click Room. And so I have a Swedish fish hat on the way from them. They had a bomb pop that looked cool because it basically looked like a space shuttle drawn in like red, white, and blue. Like, it was just a really well-made hat. I didn't buy that one. I held back. But yeah, man, I'm a fitted dude, and I fuck with it.
I think, like, now that we've been sitting here and I've been thinking about it, I think you've converted me to the dad hat. Like, the same, like, variation that you get in a Snap, but a little more, like, dressed up.
I like before I knew I like dad hats. I like dad hats because you get the style kind of a fitted up front, but then you get that relaxed fit. Like it's like like a good pair of jeans that's like that you don't worn in and stuff.
Yeah.
And plus you don't get the fro coming out of the back.
Oh, that shit's got some attitude.
It's the Swedish fish is the joke.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I think it's just part of it too is like I'm not so worried anymore about being like tight on my outfit. You know what I mean? Like I've kind of reached that fuck it part.
Oh man, fuck it, jeans.
Yeah, where I'm just like I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I don't want everything to be on point anymore. I don't want to worry about it. Like I'm fucking old. It's over with. It's a wrap. I'm a boomer.
You are not.
I know I'm not. But, you know, it's like the idea of like not necessarily like boomer, just older guy.
You are, if I believe the term is right, an elder millennial. So you're good, man. You're good. Anyway, I can't fucking call it hats, man. That's the thing we do around here.
To make a man handsomer.
But
That's the job of the beard.
The beard and the hat together.
Yeah.
bro,
can't lose.
Again, y'all saw that TikTok where the dude shaved his beard off and his girlfriend started crying.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're doing with this. You gotta know.
Shit, I went through that 10 years ago. Not like a woman crying, but like when people saw it, they were like, "Don't do that again."
Like you, sir, are a man who wears a beard. And that is how this works going forward. But I said I would try to keep this show tight, and I feel we've kind of ran through everything. Gabe been kind of quiet, but he's also looking real sleepy.
The last couple nights, I've been staying up to 1 a.m. So I thought, like, hey, I've been staying up to 1 a.m. the last couple nights. I can stay up for 1 a.m. for the podcast. But it starts to wear on you a little bit.
I'm gonna be honest. I honestly thought you guys would have shown up around like 7. So it was real surprising to me when you all showed up around 9.
My man gave me 9 o'clock. I asked him what time, and he said 9. He had to put his kids to sleep. So that's what's up.
Yeah. I apologize. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I would never say like I'm the. I'm sometimes when it comes to the house, I'm the heavy. It's like a lot of stuff got to be done, and usually I'm the one that got to do it.
It's not. It's only so long you got to be able to put them to sleep, and it's a nice thing to do, and do it every time you can and while you can, and don't worry about it, man.
I wasn't ready either, so don't feel bad. I was doing shit.
It's always something to do. Mm-hmm. We had today was a full ass day.
Yeah.
Went to the mall. Had to come, like the guy came to look at the ceiling that the washer did the damage to. We got to figure something out about that. Then I had to wash dishes because I don't got a dishwasher no more. Then I did. The only reason I didn't take a shower and stuff because I was hot from doing stuff around. I didn't want my lady to be like, "Why you taking a shower to go see them motherfuckers?" So.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you ever want a record from a strip club or something like that? We did tease that one idea once, but
I don't think I would want to do that for 2 reasons. One, I don't think the workers take kindly to recording equipment. 2, after being in a house, I don't know how comfortable I am getting my dick hard in front of a bunch of people.
I think I'm done with strip clubs at this age.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, they keep, just like Matthew McConaughey, they keep on staying the same.
Might be time to upgrade. Which, I mean, if we got a couple minutes, like I got one thing I'd like to rattle off. So, and this is gonna sound probably bad, but I'm gonna try and like
dance problematic corner.
So, as we all are aware, there's a place that exists called OnlyFans.
Oh.
And there's a lady on OnlyFans that I've been aware of for a long time. And I think she went through something in her personal life where like her page was down for a while. But then like it kind of came back, but under like a different name. Mm-hmm. So, like, I did the typical, like, I don't necessarily want to pay for this right now thing, where I went to Google and I was searching up the new name to see if maybe, like, a smackerel of things had spread out on the internet for free.
Smackerel is such a great word, by the way.
Smickerel of honey.
I stumbled across a Twitter page with that name. So I clicked on it, and it was, I'm assuming, run by the same person. Because it had, like, the newer pics from the OnlyFans page and whatnot. So I was looking at the links in the page, the Twitter bio header, and I noticed that the link was, like, not OnlyFans. It was something else. But I didn't recognize the .com portion. Mm-hmm. And so I clicked on it because I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never seen that before. Like, I know Canada is, like, .ca, and, you know, we got .com. And, like, I was just like, I'd never seen this one before. So I opened it. It was a website for a European-run escort service.
Oh.
And so I was like,
sample the wares.
Huh. And so in my readings, I had heard rumors of such additional business venture by said person. And here it was confirmed that in their post-relationship life, post-engagement life, I should say. They are OnlyFans model / escort now. And so I was looking at it like, would I be willing to do this if I had just like fuck you money?
How much you charging?
See, that's the thing. Like the website didn't really say this particular. All right, so
They charge 100 chocolates.
while I was
roses.
this is the interesting thing too. That particular website, I think it was .ch. They were like a
Czechoslovakia?
I want to say Netherlands.
I thought
It was on the page. It was definitely on the page. I think it was like they are owned by a company in like Sweden, but then a company like their subsidiary in Netherlands ran the page or something like that. It was something like that. It said. So that was on that page. But then as I read through the Twitter by like the tweets and stuff, because the Twitter page wasn't that old. So there was only like 100 tweets or whatever, so it didn't take me that long to like read through it real quick.
Yeah.
There was another 2 links. So they're on like 3 different sites, which I didn't even know these fucking. I assumed these sites existed.
The
but
escort
like,
sites or like
escort
OnlyFans
sites?
sites?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Like I knew about like the Bunny Ranch, like that. That's like a Vegas landmark in a way, whatever, you know. But like I didn't know that there were actual like European or American companies or whatever that ran escort service websites where like they don't flat out say it on like as I've read, but it was just kind of like, you know, you could rent my time and we could hang out together for the night. And
I don't want to hang out with not a nut.
What's her face? Brandy Taylor. Brandy Taylor used to be a big name in the porn industry.
I have
some years
heard.
back.
I'm familiar.
She has OnlyFans, and she has a thing where it's called Brandy Taylor Titty Fucks a Fan.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And so if you
I
want
don't know.
to, you can pay to titty fuck Brandy Taylor.
Maybe just the name was jarring.
But the thing is that of course she's gonna make content with it.
Yeah.
And so I'm saying,
So your dick's gonna be on,
your dick gonna be on the internet. I don't think she shows faces. I cannot speak to like I said. Brandy Taylor charges too much for OnlyFans because, in my opinion, there's certain levels of OnlyFans patronage I would fuck. That's not me knocking her. Cool. I am a pro sex work motherfucker. When OnlyFans is trying to fuck up and not and
Some people have a range on certain things, and then like there are some people who like Brandy Taylor's their jam, and they'll pay whatever. Like,
Correct.
you know, there's someone for everybody.
Yeah.
Now, to get back to this thing, real quick though,
Yeah.
the second website that I clicked on, because like, she had like had this linked in a tweet. And then she had started retweeting other people from it.
Yeah.
And it was listing their location. And one of the women that she retweeted was from Cleveland.
Oh,
I wasn't attracted to this woman, but she is from Cleveland.
fair enough.
But so
Local is always tantalizing. You gotta when you something local, you at least gotta look.
yeah, I looked at the Twitter page. Like I was just like, good for you. If I ever see you out in public, now I know who you are.
I bid you adieu.
Yeah. But I clicked on the link that the person who I like stumbled, like I was looking at, you know, initially. I clicked on her second website, and it had a rate listed.
Oh,
It was $500 an hour.
Oh.
So
Is that $500 an hour or $500 a pop?
it was literally listed as an hour. So I feel like if you're quick on the reload,
You get 250.
yeah, you may be able to get in. I don't know if they do halvesies.
What am I gonna do with the other half hour?
Talk.
well, I mean, yeah,
Cuddle, maybe?
You probably just it's probably just that.
Now the thing that was interesting about all this though was I don't know the terms on the second site because I really was just kind of interested out of curiosity in the rate.
Yeah.
But on the first website, one of the requirements for the process was that you had to have had a recent medical screening.
Yeah, you gotta make sure you're STD free, baby.
Yeah, they were very up and like adamant about that.
Yeah.
And like so like you know, it's like honestly, I didn't think that this was something that I would stumble across as now I thought my day would go. But when I found it, I was fucking intrigued. Like it was like I found a new world that I didn't know a lot about, like I knew existed.
Yeah.
But I found my way through that forbidden door, and now it was like a wealth of knowledge was thrust upon me. So I was like learning about the ins and outs and the processes and stuff. I was very interested.
I would like to think that it's like the beautiful mind stuff goes through and stuff like that through your head.
It's been interesting. It's interesting to me how for decades we've been made to be to think it's shameful to do sex work. How dare these women sell themselves and so forth and so on. And I'm just like, I don't know, man. People like to fuck, and if there's a person out there who who say to you, hey, for a fee, we can get this in. Why the fuck not?
I'm cool with at will sex work. I'm not cool with forced sex work.
Correct. And that's exactly what it is. Consensual sex work, where these people have decided that that's what they would like to do, is I'm going to be there to support it. Sex trafficking is garbage, and motherfuckers should be. I don't know. I guess I'm pro prison in that regard, or just murder. I'm okay with that. Don't be sex trafficking people. It's unfucking cool. But if you want to do sex work and it's your bag, baby. Fuck yeah, do it. And that's probably because at this point I follow a lot of sex workers on social media, and like I'm constantly I find myself constantly learning and getting taught, put on the game, and it's like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. I sent some IG shit earlier to y'all about sex work. It's just because I was like, yeah, that's some real talk, Spider Monkey. Mm-hmm. And so I
saw an actual spider monkey on Instagram the other day.
How funny! So I get it. And like I said, I think we as a people probably, and that's the point. In Europe, where of course this has been forever, they're very cool with sex work.
They got like the red light district where it's like window shopping.
Yeah. And so of course, so in America it's still, and again, that's exactly me and Vanessa were talking about.
Taiwan has 4 floors of horrors.
America is where the fucking whack people left England to come.
Maybe
to.
the Philippines.
You know what I'm saying? It's like the most snooty, snobby, you know what I'm saying, motherfuckers left England because they was like, they're too whatever over here, so we're gonna go to start a new land in America and be shitty fucking assholes in America who are anti-sex, anti-everything, and that shit still holds a lot of sway in American life. You know what I'm saying? That chick we follow from the distillery constantly be posting some anti porn, anti-sex work shit.
Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, constantly, and I'm just like, and she always tries to back it up with anti sex trafficking shit, and again, I'm pro anti-sex trafficking. That's real. No,
well, it's because like some people think that they're one and the same.
Yeah,
and they're not always one and the same.
Correct. Mm-hmm. And like so, like Dick said, this whole when OnlyFans was like for a moment was like, now we ain't gonna do explicit content anymore. People were like, well, fuck that. That's uncool. And also, people were like, "Well, I'm moving to different sites." So
there was an exodus. Two other options already existed, and then I saw a dude was like, "I'll just make an OnlyFans. I'll call it something else."
Yeah. So now you learn of Fansly.
There was one other one that I had seen.
Fansly. It was just for fans. It was.
There was something with like an M or something. I think.
There's one that I know. What is it called? Anyway, several options started popping up, and you're just like, well, yeah, I guess that's what it is. When in the internet, when a vacuum appears, nature doesn't like to exist within a vacuum. It likes to have its vacuums filled. Mm-hmm. And it was quickly like, you ain't gonna sell explicit content. But what we find out is there's a group out there called Exodus Cry, who is an anti-pornography group, and what they do is they claim to be anti-sex trafficking. But the reality of it is they're just anti-porn. And they force banks to fucking not fuck with these people. And once that shit started coming out and being discussed in the open, because this has been shit that's been on the low this whole time, OnlyFans had some leverage. And MasterCard was like, no, man, we cool, baby. And OnlyFans suddenly was like, yo, we cool. We've been given assurances, and we can still pay out, and we can still get paid, and so we can keep the pussy showing. And I fuck with it, and that's just what it is. Like I said, a lot of sex workers, and people may not realize that. Yeah, OnlyFans is sex work. It just is what it is, and maybe you don't want to admit that to yourself, whatever. You're like, I'm just supporting my friends. Like, cool, bruh. Your friend is doing sex work, and that's okay. And so, yeah, man, fuck with it. I'm all day, bro. I'm not. I think it's pretty great. I think it's pretty damn cool that if you got the ducats and are so inclined, you could hit up famous porn celebrity Brandy Taylor and get down with her And maybe become famous yourself because, hey, your dick might be impressive enough and did what it needs to a camera that you might get called up to the big leagues, guy. And,
Well, they said the camera adds a couple pounds.
Does it add a couple inches too?
Oh, maybe.
A pound of dick.
It's a pound of dick. What was that?
I'd be cool if they like CGI like one over mine. Yeah.
They sell those extender cocks. Just buy one of those. Show
Oh
off.
shit! Yeah.
Have a good time, man. Like I said, I think we have been taught for so long to be embarrassed and shamed about shit. And again, I'm getting older.
Well, it was interesting to me when I saw the rate on that site, because then it made me think about how like when it was my 30th birthday and we went out to Vegas, how like we paid like the one like my buddy paid like the stripper that I was with for a bit, like $340 or something, and I was just thinking like, man, for an extra 160, I could have just had like sex with this person. Like, it's not that I'm sitting here like thinking like, oh man, I got to do this. But then when like you start comparing and contrasting the different services and the cost, you're like, it's really not that outrageous. You know, it's like an extra 160. I would have been in love with him for like another half hour, and she would have been into it.
Yeah. I fuck with it. So I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? If you paying for it, be respectful, be supportive.
Oddly enough,
right
this
by
person is stationed out of the same city that was in.
That's what's up, man. I'm telling you, bank, get down with the get down.
Flights cheap.
But as I said, I would try to keep this tight. So we gonna keep it motherfucking moving. We
I'm
gonna jump on
struggling
over to the
You can lay down and take a nap if you want over there, buddy.
the mean streets of Reddit.
I wanna participate.
Well, here I got you a whole segment,
Yay!
and we call it Emma the Asshole. We've been having it since before motherfuckers on TikTok started doing that shit. I'm gonna rattle you off several stories. You're gonna pick one. I'm gonna pick one. It's gonna be great. Am I the asshole for exposing my husband's swinger lifestyle to his family?
Oh.
This one is marked not safe for work. It's the first time I've ever seen that on Am I the Asshole. Am I the asshole for telling my mom I know she spent my inheritance?
Oh.
Am I the asshole for unplugging my roommate's mini fridge, causing all her food to spoil?
Oh.
I can tell you right now, unless there's some real specific reasons for that shit, yes, you're.
It better be 400 McChickens.
Am I the asshole for not letting a man have my seat on his flight to sit with his family? You are not. Am I the asshole for taking away my late daughter's clothes from my stepdaughter? That one says update big on it, so there's some extra to that one. Am I the asshole for not wanting to pass down my engagement ring to my future daughter-in-law? And am I the asshole for leaving my girlfriend at the bar after what she did?
What'd she do?
There you go.
I think I like the clothes one the most. That's the one I'm the most curious about.
All right. Well, we're going to do that one, and we're going to do the swinger lifestyle, because I got to know.
All right, so let's guess beforehand.
First up, Emma the asshole for taking away my late daughter's clothes from my stepdaughter.
I'm gonna say she is the asshole.
Oh,
on
wait a
this.
minute. We got to click on the original.
First.
And the original was Emma the asshole for taking away my late daughter's clothes from my stepdaughter, and that second one is the update. So.
I'm going to go with no.
I'm gonna go with no as well.
Oh shit, Jesus Christ! That's a hard one to start with. My daughter passed away 6 months ago. It has been devastating for my family. We have all taken it hard. We've all avoided her room all summer. I'm finally in a place to clean her room and give most of her things away. I was talking to my stepdaughter about it, and she wants them. She even went into her room and picked out some of her clothes. She's been wearing some of these clothes around the house. I hate it. I see her walk across the room and expect it to be my daughter. It makes me tear up a little and sends me to a very bad place. She has been wearing my daughter's clothes for a whole fucking week, and I can't take it anymore. I gently asked her to not do it, but she still does it. She had done her laundry and kept the clothes lying around near the machine. I took my daughter's stuff and kept them away in my room. She noticed it and screamed at me. She demanded that she wanted them and that she needs them. She was close to tears as well. I refused, and she is not talking to me. I feel like an asshole because I think I have hurt her. I don't know why she wants the clothes, but I feel like I didn't communicate this well.
To me, this sounds like two people mourning in their own way.
Exactly. But
I
let's
think I'm
jump,
still right.
let's,
Not the asshole.
let's jump over to the update. Update Emma the asshole for taking away my late daughter's clothes from my stepdaughter. The thread was hard to get through. I cried many times reading it. I have been a bad mother to my stepdaughter. I've been so lost in grief that I didn't deal with this properly. I asked her why she wanted the clothes. She pretended she wanted them because they were pretty, but I explained that whenever I saw her with those clothes on it, I thought for a second that it was my daughter. She started to cry, and she apologized for doing it. She said it made her feel like she was hugging her sister. We talked about it, and we're going to make a memory blanket with some of her clothes.
Makes sense.
It's going to be difficult, but I think it would be good for us. I talked to my husband about going to family counseling. All three of us are pretending that we are doing fine because we don't want to pile it on, and we try to hide how close to falling apart all of us are. Thank you for your comments. I read them all. Well, that was sad as shit, and I don't want to read any.
That actually ended exactly the way I thought once you read the initial couple sentences.
Yeah.
It went exactly how I thought it would. Two people mourning, not being able to communicate, family therapy.
Correct.
I remember my friend Brian, not another friend Brian. You know Brian.
I know.
Huh?
Yeah.
So he was selling one of his cars, and he, like, a guy approached him at the apartment he was living in. He's like, "No, I can't sell it to you. I would still see you driving around my car every day, and I couldn't handle it." The guy was mad about it, but he understood. Like, you know, the original thing is like, of course, some of this probably you agree to at first, and then you see it in action. And
It's
then,
like when you divorce your wife and then she marries your friend.
oh,
Damn.
I mean, no, but it's like similar in that vein. It's like, I want you to be happy, but I don't want you to be happy with someone that I know.
yeah.
You go find your happiness elsewhere, because then me and that dude can't be friends no more.
All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Some Ricky Bobby shit.
Whew. Am I the asshole for exposing my husband's swinger lifestyle to his family?
I'm gonna say yes.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm with Gabe on this one. We're in sync.
I'm gonna go no.
I, 26 female, have been married to my husband, 27 male, for 5 years. You got married way too young. And that's from a motherfucker who got married when he was about 21, 22 years old himself. Not a smart move. My husband's family are your typical snotty, Catholic, mega religious people. My husband is not religious in the slightest, but still remains respectful of their beliefs and has always lived his second life in private. I joined a dating app with the sole purpose of finding us another couple or even a unicorn.
The fuck's a unicorn?
It's somebody who fits what you need, which is a third, and is, you know, but not just fits. It was not just fits the bill, but is perfect and always there. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, you ain't ever got to worry about. You know what I'm saying, when you looking for some extra, you call up a unicorn.
They're rare. So
Isn't it a movie on Hulu about that?
I did not know that, but he is correct there. It's because they're rare. The unicorn.
Like because most people have strings attached when they say they don't have strings attached.
Correct. This is my husband's ideal. Usually we go to swinger parties where we feel safe and not judged. I've never used a dating app, so I posted your typical what I do for work, what music, movies I like, etc. I identify as bisexual, so myself and my husband have shared a few women and have never had an issue. While on the dating app, I guess some girl who knows my husband and his family saw me. They confronted me in front of everyone and accused me of cheating. His aunt said horrible things about me. I tried to tell them he knew, but he didn't back me up or say anything.
Oh.
Not the asshole.
The argument got heated more, and that's when I exposed us. I told his family everything: how we've shared other women, slept with other couples, and even that they babysit while we did this. I believe this was the asshole part. My husband felt I disrespected his family for saying that, even though he didn't stick up for me while they called me a whore, amongst other things. Now his innocent, holy reputation is ruined, and he says because of me, he can't show his face to his family. Am I the asshole?
Fuck no.
No.
Not in any way, shape, or form.
No, if you're in a committed relationship, you're fucking married to this person, and this is something you do as a married couple, and then that dude's family fucking is just ridiculing you, and he's just sitting there letting it
Yeah.
happen, you have every right to defend yourself and just fucking set ablaze.
Blow that bitch up.
Yeah.
He left her out there to the fucking
You're supposed to be a team.
left her out there taking grenades.
Left him out in the field taking grenades, John. Can't be doing that shit. Yeah, like, obviously, like, I feel like they probably, like, wanted to just keep their shit.
Yeah.
But the minute it's exposed and, like, don't have their back, that's fucking disrespectful.
This person, yeah, my grandparents are swingers. They are pretty much switch couples but refuse to divorce each other. Family holidays are awkward.
Shit, I know someone who the husband knows, like, their marriage is, I guess, like, from what I hear, like, he doesn't do it anymore, but yeah, she still goes and
Gets down with the get down?
gets down with the get down from time to time.
I hear it. And if they're okay with it, like I said, what has been described as ethical non-monogamy. You have, as a couple, decided that that's cool for you to, you know.
That's what I've always, like, I know, like, I've been very anti-cheating on this podcast, and you know, that's my stance. But I've also said that, like, anti-cheating when it's actual cheating. Like, if a couple's dynamic is, like, you know, they open relationship or they share, or one does one, as long as everyone is on the same page, that, you know, I have no problem with any of that shit. Like, that's people's business. It's just when you, like, are betraying someone's trust that I have an issue with things.
Correct.
That's not cheating. That's fair play.
Yeah.
Where's foreplay fit into that?
Where's 12 play fit into that?
Not at all. We don't bring that up no more.
Oh, sorry.
Man. No. Anyway. Whew. Hey.
Went the way in Nabisco. And Fight Club.
Let's see. I told you I finished. Last was part 2. I also played a game 12 Minutes. 12 Minutes is available on Xbox and PC. It's a part of Game Pass, so you can play it if you have Game Pass as a service. It is a game that has James McAvoy, Daisy Ridley, and Willem Dafoe are the voice actors in it, so it's kind of got some high-end voice actors. It's a time travel loop situation where you're in your apartment with your wife, and suddenly a cop shows up at the door and accuses your wife of murder. And you got to figure that shit out. And I 1,000 pointed it, which means I got every achievement for that game. It was super interesting to me. It was a very fun game, and it is a very divisive game. Lots of reviewers are like, I don't fuck with this in the least, and others are like, yeah, that was wow. And I'm on the side of that was wild.
Must have been a hard year for actors if they're all here doing voice work now.
No, voice work is the shit because it's easy. They can almost always do it from home.
I know voice work is the shit.
Yeah.
But these people have, like, been at the top of their game for a minute now.
Yeah.
And to hear them all just like, oh, we did a video game, like, to me just goes like, COVID wasn't doing acting like in person.
Imagine getting paid the same amount just to be like, ooh, yeah, bang.
That's Willem Dafoe's second video game. He's done a video game before. He fucks with that medium. So fuck with Willem Dafoe. Plus it's a Annapurna joint, which is a pretty high end movie studio as well. So it's like basically it's just like, hey man, we got some voiceover work too. You want to do that? And I'm sure his age was like hell yeah.
I mean, all the black actors that we grew up watching, that's what they do now, pretty much. Like,
yeah, I know, like, the one dude who was on, like, Mad TV does, like, shit like that.
He is the creme de la creme.
Phil Lamar is one of the top voice
Yeah, because isn't he
actors
also
in
like
all of
Static
Hollywood.
Shock?
He does so
much.
many.
So much. Yeah, Phil Lamar is everywhere. Tara Strong is, you know her from...
Yeah, I know her from fucking everything.
Yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of what...
Pre-summer, everywhere.
the guy that was on Black as Fuck.
Yeah.
That his friend... I forgot the dude's name, but he was like on every black sitcom now, but all he does is voice work now. Yeah, voice work is where everybody seems to
when
want
I think
to do.
like animated voice work, like I think like Phil Lamar, and then I think Tara Strong. But like I think Tara Strong because she's like Harley Quinn, and she's fucking like Raven from Teen Titans, I think, and she's one of the fucking unicorn brony.
Yeah, My Little Ponies.
Isn't she like a Powerpuff Girl too?
She is one of the Powerpuff Girls.
She's fucking Miss Minutes
in
now.
The Loki show. Yeah.
And Timmy Turner.
Yeah, she was Timmy Turner.
Like I know we talked about it earlier. Nicole Byer has done I don't know how many voice.
Tuca and Birdie. My man Ron Funch is in tons and tons of cartoons now, man.
In the new Jellystone show.
Yeah. Also, you know the comic. I send you guys some of it every now and again. Poorly Drawn Lines. I seen you on Instagram.
Yeah.
They're doing a cartoon. They're gonna be on Cake Live. That Cake is which is a cartoon service on FX where they do like a series of cartoons. And so that Cake starts back up at the end of September, and they're gonna have Poorly Drawn Lines is gonna be one of the shows on there. And Ron Funch is doing one of the voices on there. He does King Shark on the Harley Quinn show on HBO Max, which is amazing. Truly, if you have not watched that show, go and watch both seasons that are up there. I'm so hyped for the third. That show is a work of goddamn art. So, but yeah, 12 minutes. Like I said, PC, Xbox currently. I fuck with it. Fuck with it hard. It was a very interesting game. It was a wild story, and let's hear that shit is great. Call of Duty Vanguard got announced. The new Call of Duty game for the year. It will be. We're taking it back to World War II, and the only reason I'm considering buying it is because of the people that have worked on that game. But the company Activision is currently under investigation by the state of California for all kinds of labor and misconduct, including recently being discovered to have been shredding documents related to this investigation. So do I support a company like that? If I'm not buying cookies, I probably shouldn't be buying them video games from companies like that. So maybe not.
Back to it. His name is Bumper Robinson. Remember this guy?
I do remember Bumper Robinson from everything.
He looks familiar.
Yeah. Okay. Like he was on. The way I found him was I remember he was on a different world.
Yeah.
So he does.
That's probably where I knew him from. I used to watch
Go
that
further
shit.
back. What was he on when he was little?
I can go back to all this stuff, but he was at started off in Enemy Mine.
Oh shit, that movie's weird.
But he does The Owl House, Curious George, Scooby Doo, the Avengers video game, Black as F as I said, Final Fantasy, Owl Pellets, The Walking Dead, Saints and Sinners, NFS Heat, Ultimate Alliance 3, Marvel Adventure, Rage 2, Voltron, Fallout, Marvel Future Avengers, Lego DC Supervillains, Spider-Man, the new one that was on PS4, Lost in Oz, Avengers Assemble. I can't even say that one. Lego Wars, Doom, Blackish, Lego Marvel Superheroes. That dude does so many voices.
Yeah.
And that was just like I just got tired of reading. I didn't want to read no more. He has over 153 titles.
Voice credits.
That stage working. It's like a Japanese beaver.
Like a Japanese. That is amazing. Where did you get that from?
Oh, I stole it from The Simpsons.
Okay.
Well, people, that's how we
need a strong-willed beaver to get through them stockings.
that is how we get down.
No, don't look at me, choose. Don't look at me, choose wood.
Don't lip my wood.
Housekeeping. Please rate, review, subscribe to the show wherever possible. Please subscribe to our YouTube and Twitter channels. And
Please, Mr. Gabe.
give us a follow over on Twitter. Everything almost always is Stays Crunchy and Milk and or SKIMPOD Skimpod. If you want to support the show financially, they have a few bucks to toss our way. You can join us on Patreon, where members at the $5 and above tier get extra content each week. Make sure I put up a show for the $10 patrons tomorrow. $10 patrons get our old episode backlog.
And let me tell you, the shit that we recorded tonight, fire. You're gonna want that.
Where you can see us on Fans Only.
We also
Fansly.
We also have merch available over at tpublic.com/user/StageCrunchyMilk, all one word. I just got an email from them that there's a sale this weekend. It'll probably be over by the time you hear this, but like I said, you can go check with them. They constantly give them 35% off. Shoot us a message, podcast at stagecrunchyandmilk.com, and feel free to give us a call at 216-302-8763. That's 216-302-8pod. We'd love to hear from you, and why don't we listen to a voicemail
Brace yourselves, everybody.
right now?
Batten down the hatches.
I have not listened to this yet. All I did was see that it happened and was told it was going to happen in advance.
I'm curious because I don't know the material of the last episode, so I don't know what happened. I don't know what hornet's nest you've stirred up this time.
Let's see if I can get this to play directly into my microphone. Give me a moment here, people.
Hey, it's the Silver Bucky. Some of y'all knew this phone call was coming.
Oh, man.
Anyways, I want to talk about your aversion to sex and food. First of all, don't be yucking on somebody else's yum. There's a lot of people who enjoy that food sex fetish. Third, I don't think you should quite rule it out yet. I was about to completely totally rule it out until Badger brought up the idea of taco titties. Now, I have not yet done taco titties because
Sounds amazing.
somebody had to get their gums fixed and shit. But when we do, I'm very excited about putting some tacos between my boobs and squeezing them and having somebody eat tacos out of my titties.
That's a fantastic
Taco
fucking
titties
idea.
is, I think, an exciting thing. It's going to be messy, but it's going to be great. You're going to get the crunchies, and then there's the cheese and the meat. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Was that it?
I think it ended.
Oh, no. My phone just was like, hold on.
Oh, okay.
I'm very excited about taco titties, and I think y'all should try some taco titties.
If I was a younger man, I definitely would try it.
Godfather, I don't know why you're making that look. I have a child.
Oh, I was supposed to ask you to take a picture of his face. She asked for it.
Love you guys. Bye.
And I'm just gonna say right now, my initial gut reaction is that is a fantastic fucking idea. I am in awe, honestly, because it's such great alliteration. It's topical. It sounds delicious. I'm on board. Maybe like have to make sure you've got like the area prepared because it sounds a little messy, but fantastic nonetheless.
You know what?
Yeah, I
Damn
would
it,
say
you got
too
me walking
messy.
this walk. I'm going to tell you, certain situations call for certain sheets.
Yes, that's exactly where my mind was at.
And this is just one of those situations that call for, hey, make sure you put the food sex sheets out. Mm-hmm. I got some plans. And you just go with that, and you ride out.
Yeah. It's kind of like
or the sex towel.
It's like when Ron Swanson had sex and he wears the red sweater the next day.
Oh.
You know, you got the sex sheets, you got the red sweater. It's all on brand.
I'm happy the Silver Coquille has found lust. I don't know if she loves this man, so I don't want to make any assumptions. And so I'm happy for her in that regard.
Did she come up with this, or is this like a thing?
So I don't know if you heard her. She said Badger, which is what she calls her
Person.
Mm-hmm. Good call. Thank you, sir. That's his little nickname. Came up with the idea of taco titties.
Okay. I just wanted to give credit where it was due because I think it's a fantastic idea.
I kind of feel like I would be more into the tacos than the. I don't know which one I would be into more. It depends. Now, if I'm like, if the person is sitting on my lap and I'm inserted, and then I'm eating the tacos like titty tacos. I don't know what I would be more into, especially because I love some fucking tacos.
The thing about it was, as soon as she said it and like I started to visualize it. Just the shape alone was what got me on board. I was like, it is like the perfect taco shape, if like hard taco when you form correctly.
I kind of, you know how you got those women that are like or people who lay down and they got like sushi sushi on
the
them?
models.
Yeah, what if they had like a bunch of women just like sitting in chairs, like in a circle, and they all got they can still be wearing their bras, and they just got like a taco in between the breasts. Mm-hmm. There's definitely like a Dixie Bubble situation though.
Titty Tacos is certainly your show title this week. I'd like to be able to tell y'all that. It's 2 weeks in a row. I got to tell you our show title.
What's the alternative?
I have not come with an alternative at this point. But if I had one, you'd know.
Okay.
That's something I decided upon last week was if I have a title, I'm gonna share it with the listeners because they're not they'll see it already.
Mm-hmm.
They'll know that we knew it when we knew it. Titty Tacos, Tiddie. Let's get right, people. Titty. That is Tatum 216.
Yes.
It's Lunchbox 2099.
I was present.
That is the real ODP.
I'd be sleepy.
I am. The end of Tay-Rail 713. You have just been podcast to, and I know you loved it.
Good night, Cleveland.
Peace.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.